Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So we're here with a bit of a weekend reading vlog because why not, right? I did pick up 4 books from the library, and I actually picked these up a bit ago. Like, I just had to renew them, so we gotta like stay on top of things. First off, lighting isn't great, but I have to have my phone plugged in because it's about to die, and this is just what we're gonna go with. So, all right, I don't even remember what I picked up. That's how it's been a hot minute. Oh yeah. Okay, so first, Babysitter by Joyce Carol Oates. Is this fiction, not fiction? Let's see. It is a novel about love and deceit and lust and redemption set against a backdrop of child murders in the affluent suburbs of Detroit. Oy, following a serial killer known as the Babysitter. So, we're gonna give that one a whirl. Must have been in a dark mood when I picked that up. Then, oh yeah. J.T. Ellison, It's One of Us. I've read only one of her books, and I don't really know what's preventing me from picking up another one, so I just grabbed one from the library. Everybody Lies, Even the Ones You Think You Know Best of All. Sounds good. If you can make a judgment on just barely a sentence. All right, what else do I have? Oh, so I've been hearing about this a whole lot. I think it's called Mamie by Jessica George. I think it was a book of the month book. It didn't really appeal to me then, but then I've just been hearing some really great things about it. Or Mame. It has many meanings, but in my case, it means woman. Maddie's life in London is far from rewarding, with a mother who spends most of her time in Ghana, yet still somehow manages to be overbearing, if that's possible. Maddie is the primary caretaker for her father, who suffers from Parkinson's. At work, her boss is a nightmare, and Maddie's tired of always being the only black person in every meeting. When her mom returns from her latest trip, Maddie leaps up the chance to get out of the family home and finally start living. A self-acknowledged late bloomer, she's ready to experience some important firsts. She finds a flat share, says yes to after-work drinks, pushes for more recognition in her career, and throws herself in the bewildering world of internet dating. No, thank you. But it's not long before tragedy strikes, forcing Maddie to face the true nature of her unconventional family and the perils and rewards of putting her heart on the line. So, not totally a Lindsey book, but I don't know. It depends. Maybe. It's a good library book. Good library try. And then, last one. Oh, very random that I picked this one. So it's called Welcome to the Game. So I've kind of been, like, I read The Wishing Game. I haven't told you guys about the other one I read. I think that's coming in my other wrap-up called Going Zero. Did I talk about that? I don't remember. But this idea around a game being played within books, like the inheritance games. This is by Craig Henderson. So here we go. There wasn't winning or losing, there was just moving. For Spencer Burnham, there's only one way to save his life and his family and that is to drive fast. Okay, so we have a really big synopsis, so maybe I'll talk about this when I read oh my goodness, short chapters. This might be fun. Looks like alternating perspectives as well. So I can go into this a little more detail when I get to this book, but there's 4 of them. That's all I got. I will read a chapter or a few because that one seems short, and then report back on how it is, and then take you along with the weekend. We've got some football, we've got some volleyball, we've got, what else do we have this weekend? I don't even know. Plenty of things, so I'll let you know what I think, and if there's any books worth picking up or keeping around a little longer. So we'll see you in a bit. Hello and happy Sunday. It is going to be super hot and crazy humid, so we are all headed to the lake today, if you couldn't tell with my lake hat on. But I did read the first chapter in, how do they pronounce it again? Mame? All right. And I can see why everyone's loving this. This like hooks you right into Maddie's life as she's trying to help her father, who has Parkinson's, who is definitely not doing well, and then has this mom who is back in Ghana and they live in London. Kind of, I guess I get the impression from the beginning of like making this excuse to like just not be around. I don't know if she's not around because of the Parkinson's that her husband has, or really what's going on. And so we're kind of thrown into Maddie's world as she is attempting to work, maintain her career, maintain her house with her dad, help her dad, and deal with her mom. So it's pretty complicated from the very beginning, but the way it's written definitely draws me into it. I really care about Maddie in the first chapter. It's not super long, you know, it's only, I don't know, 10 pages maybe. But I am already like, I'm on Maddie's side. I'm like, all right, girl, we're gonna get through this. So I can see why people love it. So we'll see if I keep it around. It's potential for me to keep reading. But we're gonna load up the car soon and head over to the lake. Maybe we'll take some video there. I'm trying to finish my Samantha Downing book. I have to finish it today. I have less than 100 pages left, so I think I'll concentrate on that at the lake and then do another try chapter hopefully tonight. So yeah, it's gonna be a really great day. I'm gonna spend some time in the water. That's my plan. And got my suit on already. No shame, don't care. It's hot, I'm gonna be in the water. So that's the plan. Anyways, hopefully you're having a good Sunday so far, but I'll check back in shortly. Reading time. What are you reading, Linz?
The Unhoneymooners.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, all the kids left. They're all gone. We have quiet time. We're gonna take advantage of it. How long do you think it'll last? 10 minutes?
Probably. Yeah, they'll come back for snacks.
They'll come back for snacks, yeah, because we don't have enough food. Anyways, okay. All right, we're back. Lake day was a success. It was gorgeous. The perfect day to be on the lake. A little bit of breeze, never got too hot. Oh my God, we had so much fun, but we're all exhausted. So we did pizzas for dinner. I just finished reading a book, the new Samantha Downing book, Twisted Love Story. Finished that up, marinating on my thoughts. And then I started the first few chapters of Babysitter by Joyce Carol Oates. Concept of this sounds so stinking cool, which I think I talked about. I did. 1970s Detroit, unsolved child killings. And I, like, looking through it, I'm like, all right, short chapters. I'm kind of liking this. Might flip between some perspectives here. This would be great. Like, all those ingredients mixed together make a fantastic book for Lindsey. But we are really, really literary. And that doesn't always catch me. I thought I saved an example. Let me see if I can find it of how literary it can be. She is not a poet. She is not a person adroit or comfortable with words. Yet these words seem to her soothing, like smooth, cool stones laid over the shuttered eyes of the dead to bring them peace. In fact, it's a suite, 2 spacious rooms overlooking the Detroit River where he stays when he visits Detroit, blah, 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 blah. And that's just, like, all she did was walk down a hall, and it took us 4 pages for her to walk down a hall. So, I don't think that's a book for me. But, so 2 down, 2 to go. We'll take a break for this evening and let you know what I think about the other 2. But Mommy has me wanting to pick it back up, so that may stick around for a little bit. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna bid you a good night, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Even Storm and Norman is relaxing for the evening. Aren't you, buddy? He's just crazy. Hello, back again. So it's Monday. Work was crazy today. My kids were crazy today. It was one of those days. But, so I haven't touched a book at all today. I had work, I had kids to get to various practices, and I had to make caramel brownies, which I should leave the recipe in the comments because they're amazing. They just came out of the oven. It is a box of German chocolate cake mix, butter, a little can of evaporated milk, caramels, and chocolate chips, and that's it. And they are literally the most, they are the most moist, delicious, amazing brownies ever. So while I wait for those to cool before I have to go take them to a team party for volleyball where we're gonna meet everybody, I'm gonna sit and read a little bit, and I'll fill you in if I get to one of the books. We'll see. I have enough time to read a chapter, I think. Right, Skylar? I think so. So that's the plan. I'm gonna give her a bone, read a book, enjoy my silence, because I only have it for 20 minutes maybe. So there we go. Should I be doing other things? Oh, absolutely. Am I going to do those other things? Absolutely not. So here's to reading. Okay, so I love my makeshift like phone holder, you know, the windowsill behind my couch. This right here may be one of the most amazing first pages of a book. And I'm gonna read it for you. And it's a little graphic, so skip ahead if you're not a fan. But here we go. I'm reading J.T. Ellison's It's One of Us. Prologue, a story. A woman is missing. Unbeknownst to those who love her, a placid lake holds her deep in its clutches. Its inhabitants watch her drift and dance in tune to gentle currents. They sneak little bites of her flesh, becoming one with this intrusion until they're no longer startled by her. They coexist. They play. They nestle deep in her hair and build ecosystems in the crevices of her body. She gives of herself, she becomes their home. Generations are born that never knew a time without her. She is as much a part of their lives as the water around them, as familiar as the decomposed fallen trees and the limestone lake bed. When the sun shines at just the right angle and a small breeze ruffles the water, those magic days after heavy rains, when the algae blooms disappear to the edge of the bank, the shadow of her can be seen from the surface, a ghostly flicker here, then gone. She exists for them now. That's the best. The best. Okay. It's pages like those that get me so excited with a book. Like, okay, so we're gonna keep reading, but I already know. From one page, I know I need this book in my life. That's all. We're gonna keep going. Good morning. Oh man, I left on quite the hangover cliffhanger. I haven't had coffee yet. I'm working on that right now. Left on quite the cliffhanger last night because I never came back on to tell you how much this book has sucked me in from the very beginning. So I read that first page for you, which was just, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to suck me into a book, that is how you do that. And we learn a little bit more about, we get little glimpses around the crime that has happened, and how this woman's body ended up in the lake. We don't know who she is or who he is, because it is the guy that's involved with it, or a man. And then we go into this beginning storyline of the book. So we have alternating perspectives between a husband and a wife. I made myself stop. I only read the wife's perspective, and J.T. Ellison has like usually a little longer chapters. So I mean, I read a chunk. I can't call that a chunk, but 35 pages. So we learn about the wife. They are struggling with fertility issues. What coffee cup would I like today? I don't know. we're gonna go with my Mammoth Cave National Park coffee cup that has that inside. I think it's cool. Anyways, now that decision has been made, strong 12 ounces. So we find out that they're definitely having some fertility issues, and they've had a number of miscarriages, and it's starting to really kind of affect the wife. And so she's having a bit of a rough morning. She just lost another baby. They've gone through IVF and pretty much the gamut. And then a couple of detectives show up at their house. And that's kind of where it leads, where it ends, and then we go to the husband's perspective. So definitely a book I need to look and see when I'm supposed to have this returned. And definitely one that I can keep it a little longer. I will. This lighting is horrible. But I can definitely get into this book. This is fun. So I'm gonna make my coffee. We walked the dog. My hair isn't even dry. Gotta get ready for the day, and I have one more book to get through, and that's the one that I can't even tell you it's about. So gotta dive into that one next. And then, yeah, I don't know. Mame's still calling to me too. Like, I'm still wondering and still wanting to go back into that story. So, just picked out some good books again, of course. So many books, a little time. Storm and Norm's having his breakfast. I know he's on the counter. It gets complicated because I have a dog who likes to steal cat food, so the dog can't get there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm explaining all this to you. So anyways, we're gonna have a great day today. Happy reading. I'll be right back. Need a little cream in the old coffee. Best part. Yeah. Happy day. Hello. Back again. Anybody else have a Stanley? You don't have a Stanley? I don't know why she answers me. Anyways, so I read the synopsis of this. This is the last book that I have to read. Welcome to the Game by Craig Henderson. Yeah, I was totally wrong when I initially talked about it. We have Craig Henderson. Wait a second. He wrote about himself? What? That's weird. Oh, Craig Henderson screeches onto the scene. Oh my gosh. With his debut book. We are following Spencer Burnham, who has moved his family from England to Detroit, and he opened a car dealership. His life is derailed by the death of his beloved wife, and he's a little disconnected from his daughter, losing control of his life and using a variety of drugs and alcohol to kind of get him through his day. So he has a chance encounter with a charismatic but lethal gangster named Dominic. Dominic's feeling the squeeze. He's like getting ready to retire. He wants to do one last heist to basically set him up, and then he's going off the grid. But he needs somebody very specific to help pull this off. A very special type of driver who is capable, trustworthy, yet naive. Enter Spencer. He quickly proves himself behind the wheel with an inane sense of timing and precise high-speed maneuvers, and McGrath pays a lot of cash for this service. But it comes at a price. Spencer finds himself playing in an arena where rookies don't last long, wising up to the ruthlessness behind McGrath's charming facade. He tries to break free, but McGrath has too much invested to allow him to leave. As the city swelters in a heat wave, so this would be really perfect for me to read like now because, oh my goodness, it's hot here. The two men apply their considerable talents to besting each other while mistakenly assuming they have each other beat. So, not quite what I thought. But that's okay because sometimes I pick up random books and they end up being fantastic. So, I'm actually headed to go to dinner with some friends tonight. So I'm hoping to read a few chapters. This is the one with really short chapters, like James Patterson short chapters. Like this is chapter. So we're gonna a couple chapters. I'll hop back on here and let you know my thoughts and then kind of wrap up the vlog. So far I really want to keep reading the JT Ellison book and then the Mame book as well. So we'll see, maybe we'll have another good one, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm heading out. You're coming with me if I remember to pull my camera out and film. I don't know, it's gonna be a good time. I'm so excited for dinner, so talk to you soon.
Would you say that it was in a permanent?
Good morning. So as per usual, I didn't hop back on here last night after dinner. I mean, my dinner was fantastic and super delicious and the best time. And then came home and read, and then that's when the rest of the family got home, and then we got into talking, and it just was one of those nights. So I did read quite a few chapters of Welcome to the Game, and I could kind of get into this. This is kind of fun. Definitely you get caught up into Spencer's life and you immediately like empathize with him, knowing he's going through such a rough time. He's trying to figure it out. But you get an idea of the hole that he's in and how desperate he may be. And then we have Dominic, who shows up, of course, has this whole plan and seeks out Spencer to basically help him get to his end game. So I could see myself really liking this. I could see my husband really liking this. So, but it feels more of a borrow from the library kind of book, not one that needs to live on my shelves. So yeah, let me grab the other books and then we'll talk about which ones I would pick up and keep reading or not. Look, I already have them in my, this is the tote I use to take to the library. When in doubt, go to the library. So I already have them in here ready to go. So it's One of Us, JT Ellison. Absolutely need this book in my life. Already thinking about what is happening with this woman in the lake, which oddly enough, I then pick up this one to read, also Person in the Lake. It's weird how that happens. Then this one also want to keep my eyes out for. Mamie, I am definitely invested and want to know kind of, again, what happens. This one can just go back to the library and stay there. That's fine. This one I wouldn't pick up. I'd borrow it or listen to it. Why are you chewing on my straw, dude? But interesting, just a little bit different for me. Probably not for everybody, but definitely a little bit different. If I were to read one book right now before I take them back, even though they're due like on Thursday, I think I'd go with this one because I could get through it quicker. Not that that's probably going to happen. I sat on these books way too long. So anyways, that's next round of library books that I brought home to try a chapter in and see which ones intrigue me. So yeah, I kind of like doing this. It also helps with library circulation numbers. They don't care if you actually read the books or not. They like it that you check out the books. So I feel like I'm doing a service while trying out some books to see which ones intrigue me. So anyways, if you want to comment about any of these books and let me know, maybe you read The Babysitter and it gets better. I don't know. All of that below. Love to talk about books. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.